Hello. 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 My name is Florida Stone Man. You know, I really have to say I love this pause feature on the phone now because I didn't realize I have it, but I'm gonna play with it now because I must admit I manifested that, and that's what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. But this video is about feeding your manifestations. We're talking more about manifestations because people think they know about manifestations, but they don't. Let me talk about this right now, but I manifested that a long time ago by accident. If you talk about something you don't like, you're manifesting it in your current now. So basically, I made a joke a long time ago about, oh, the phone's features look really silly when you're pausing them and you're constantly continuing them like this. Like this. Like this. Okay, so when it comes to the phone features, and yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not going to play with it too much, though, because I'm having fun with it. But that's the thing I made a joke about. I'm like, oh, it looks silly. I'm like, I don't know who would use that. Now I'm making jokes with like, ha, 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 hello. So that's the whole thing. It's going to be useful for, so, I mean, we have to put the phone down for a second because I'm in Florida. But, that's the thing. And I always lean to the side. My videos are organic. So when I make a video and I lean to the side and I talk to my angel, some of you can hear his whispers too. For the people who have custom necklaces from me, a lot of you can hear his whispers. So, people are like, I see his eyes. Oh, I see his teeth. Like, okay, cool. Say hello. Ooh, cop boat going real fast. Oh, hello. Wonder what someone manifested for themselves. But we're talking more about manifestation. We have to talk about this more. We have to talk about this more. This is probably the most important thing ever. I'm teaching you guys how to get out of your situations. For people who wear crystals, it'll be 100 times easier and 100 times quicker. Number one, you move yourself closer to the Most High God. Number one, if you're trying to manifest and you're not having help from the Most High God, you're on your own. You are on your own. You ever try to do something yourself? You ever try to lift a box yourself and then you can use the forklift to just lift up a box? Say it's a 500 pound box and you're trying to lift it up yourself. You think you're doing that by yourself? No, you have God to help you, number one. He's the most important. He always comes first. The Lord always comes first. So that's the biggest thing. Put God first, and then when you ask the Lord for something, for manifestation, he does expect for you to manifest it yourself too. So it's called co-creation. He's next to you. He's like a teacher helping you, but he's not going to handicap you. So if you're manifesting something, he's going to let you do it, then he'll help with the details. So that's actually how God made us. He made us in his image, and he's a creator. The creator creates natural creators. So that's what you have to keep in mind, is that you have to do stuff yourself. So now I hope my concept on manifestation is getting easier for you guys, because now I'm teaching you guys about how your brain is a computer. It's just a computer. It'll probably change the way that you guys view computers. I hope you guys can't hear the people over there. But it'll help you change the way that you view computers, or that you view your brain. It's just a massive computer. That's why it can be changed. You ever change out a computer, a program, and you upgrade it, and it's just like, okay, it's a whole bunch faster, or hey, this is a lot more easy now. Same thing with wealth and abundance. Same thing with love and manifestation. Everything you know about relationships, everything you know about financial abundance, everything you know about your health is just a program you're on. You're just on a script. But it's a script that you didn't know that was being programmed because you didn't know it existed. Watch my past couple of videos talking about your brain and programming, because it's literally, and I don't feel like talking about the technical terms of it. So there's something in your brain called a thalamus, and there's something in a computer called a CPU. So your brain operates like a computer. It's literally electrical signals bringing you more of what you want through coding and programming. It's literally, there are things called coding in computers and programming. That's why you see angel numbers. It's all coming together, huh? So when you see an angel number, it's literally the coded. I'm getting excited. It's literally the coding that you have seen, that you have actually manifested. Holy moly! Let's talk about this more, because I'm gonna tell you. Let's talk about love lives for a second. Everything you know about a type is a lie. It's a lie. Oh, this person has a type. They never want to talk to you. Or it's a lie. That's a limiting belief. So there are people who are basically marry outside their types because that person was the most special person they've ever come across, and maybe they're more inclined to be with that person because it's a type breaker. It's something that the person has never even perceived before. So For example, I'm not going to use it. No, I'm not going to use that because there's actually people on other planets with different color, like blue skin and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say, oh, this person. Actually, let's use that as an example. This person only likes people with green skin. Fine, I'll use that as an example. That's an actual thing on other planets. I can't talk about that too much, but this person, she/he, they only like beings with green skin. And then a blue skin being comes along, and they're just so high frequency, and they just like, oh Lord, you're talking about aliens, but it's a different planet, so it doesn't matter. So this non-human likes non-humans of, I like how my examples are, but they like non-humans that are green skinned, but this one's blue skinned, but this one has such a high frequency to the point where the special of the person who liked the green skin. Okay, so there's no such thing as a type like that. That's a limiting belief. Now, that's the thing, like, oh, this person. The thing is, every single thing you know about love life and stuff like that, unless you've actually achieved a happy relationship that's through the Lord, even when it comes to your manifestations with your love life, that's 100% what you've manifested. So, for example, if you look at someone, and people like the example of love, so if you look at someone and you see them, and they look back at you, but they don't say anything, or they look away, and you think they don't like you, it's because something in your programming told you that they didn't like you, versus if you actually heard the person's thoughts, they probably like you so much they got nervous. So, let's just say, okay, I have a friend, and she's extremely attractive. But she's so attractive to men that she's scary. They think that, they'll run from her because they say, oh, she'll never like me anyways. Like, they won't even try. So sometimes she'll have to say hi, or just, like, that's a thing, and people are shooting themselves down because she's literally friendly, and she'll literally talk to someone because she's at a point in her life where she's accepting people in her life, but people run away because they think they don't have a shot. So you have to change the mind frame on that. So same exact thing applies to guys. It doesn't matter who you date, or it doesn't matter if it's guy dating guy, woman dating woman, man dating, etc. It doesn't matter, because there's just limiting beliefs. So when it comes to like, oh, this person doesn't like me because of this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, and yes, God loves you all regardless. So one thing you have to realize is, okay, oh, this person doesn't want to be in a relationship, etc. Because I have followers of every kind. So, and yes, I'm open and loving to all my followers and all the people who subscribe on my YouTube, because, and I'll talk about that more in the future, because some people are just hateful, and you will not enter the kingdom of God with hate in your heart. You think you know how to judge a person, but that's not what God's like, okay? Now, back to my video topic. So it doesn't matter who you date, like, and people are very opinionated, but God is the one who judges in the end. So when it talks about that, this whole area smells delicious, by the way. I'm just loving the smell of this area. It's actually very kind of cool out here, and it smells very good because people are burning some wood. So it smells woody in the area. It's like, oh, it smells nice. It's very soothing. So back to the topics of manifestation. So a lot of people, like, in this day and age, will think that, oh, it's just necessary to ghost. Oh, it's necessary to do this in a relationship. Oh, it's necessary to do that in a relationship, etc. Versus, this is everything you know about relationship is just programming. Everything is just programming. If you should actually see what relationships are like on different planets. It's very interesting. So I can't talk about that. I just can't. So the dynamics are completely different. So, like, oh, I can't imagine that. Look outside your culture. Other cultures have different ways of people treating each other. So like, oh, so people are like, oh, and at least in American culture, it's like, okay, the woman has to be approached, whatever. I mean, it's completely opposite in certain parts of the world, such as, I have some followers in Guyana, for example, and they basically say that it's more, well, in their part of Guyana, it's more traditional for the woman to approach first. I mean, it's just different. So everything we know is a programming of some kind. So let's move this from the topic of love to finances, because I talk about finances and people getting uncomfortable, so I switch to love. Because if you get uncomfortable about it, anything I'm saying that makes you uncomfortable, too bad. If you get uncomfortable by me saying something, that means that's a shadow within you. So yeah, anything that makes you uncomfortable, that's a shadow within you. That's probably something that what I'm talking about references inside your soul. So anything I said made you uncomfortable about financial abundance, your love life, that's something that you're actually dwelling with inside your soul. And The Lord knows that, and whether or not you know that is known or unknown. So let's talk about your financial life, for example. So we're actually born with conditioning. So I've had, and let's just say I've had several I'm thinking about how to say this, because I've actually had several people get lots of necklaces from my website who are the children of known or not very known, either, I can't say, but so male, female, etc. So a lot of people who are the children of multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires, believe it or not, are, I just can't say, will get basically everything that will heal them in the world. So I do have to say, for people who are born into certain families, because how could I know this? How could I teach this unless I've basically been around someone? So for example, I can use this guy as an example. So he was asking me for help because he's like, okay, I can't really say who it is, but something with, I can't say that. It has to do with, yeah, I'm just gonna keep that detail a secret. So, detail a secret, secret a detail. Okay, so I can't say too much, but basically, when both of his parents, because he operates with both of his parents, and my fat finger touched the phone. So basically, at least it helped me put together my words, because it's tough to explain in between the lines. So basically, when his parents have multiple children, all the children are supposed to somehow learn to continue what the parents are doing, but the kids, all the kids, every single one of them, both male and female, are unable to assume the same responsibility. So some of them are really irresponsible. So some of them have crazy partying. Some of them are just they're all in different places, but they're born into an extreme legacy from both their parents, and it trickles down, but the programming doesn't trickle down if the parents don't teach them that, if that makes sense. So another easy example to use is look at people who win the lottery. So they'll have $300 million, and this is why your guides actually block you guys from winning lottery. So you'll have like $300 million to be won, and the person says they're going to be extremely responsible, and they don't think it'll ever run out. And the person has the programming of spend, or let's just say if you're in a scarce mindset, then you're always going to keep buying, because just stuff you don't need or stuff you think you have to have just to feel abundant, when that's just a shadow inside you. So the programming is of scarcity, and they haven't overcome that through affirmation or active thinking or active positive speaking, positive thinking, etc., and fixing it every single day. So a lot of people will gain $300 million and it's more frequent than you think. Look at the stories. Go on Google and look at, or Duck, Bing, whatever it's called, and look at the stories. And then when you look it up, you'll see different stories, and you're like, this person basically had 300 million, and in a year they lost it all. How is this possible? The person will buy 3 cars or 4 cars, or they'll just hand it out. They'll go to family members, etc. They'll get everything they don't really need and not really hold on to it or save it. So the programming of this person was to spend, versus they felt like they had enough, so they wouldn't have to do that. So when you have 1 car but it's not making you happy, then you buy 4 more. So in essence, that person wasn't programmed for financial abundance mentally. So their manifestations, and let me go back to love example, because you're gonna lose it unless you don't keep it. So some people, this area smells very good. I like the smell of burning wood on the grill, but so woody. It smells like sandalwood almost, but it smells delicious wherever. I know where it's coming from, but wherever else it's coming from, because I think it's more than one person. But angels are like, back on topic, but same thing with certain relationships. So if you have 2 people in a relationship and they're very nice and friendly and loving, that's good. But if you have one person who basically found, let's just say he found the perfect relationship with him or her and him, or she found him or him, her, whatever, then let's just say this one party is just completely unhealed and just mean and nasty and rude, and they date whoever they date, and their basically unhealed emotions, aka unhealed programming, affects the relationship. So there are some people who are like, okay, they have to fight all the time or it's boring. So that's actually what it's like in this day and age for a lot of people. Like, I think 8 out of 10 people. Then some people will just have a beautiful, amazing relationship, like the people who just walk past me. So, and yes, I can look at the rest of the relationship. It's fine. There's no red chords. Like, there's no red guitar strings. Let's just say that. And this is actually, you want to know something? This is actually this area that I'm at, and I pick a good area to do my videos, so you guys get the energy of calmness and stillness and peace. So these are multi-million-dollar houses by the water where I'm at. Some of them are much, much more. So these are some of the most expensive houses in all of America. I don't like the word expensive, most high-end. So when you're around it and you see it constantly, it actually manifests more. And in my experience, when you see it, it manifests very fast. Like, it'll upgrade you whether you want to be upgraded or not. So one thing that's in this area too is happy relationships. Everyone who's in a happy relationship comes to this area. So there's an energy that stays here. So if you ever pay attention to certain areas, like the DMV, everyone's fighting, or there's certain areas where just everyone's fighting. So there's certain areas where everyone's getting along. This is one of those areas. So you meld with the environment. So it's peaceful and people are laughing and people are listening to music and roasting logs and wood burning charcoal. But that's the thing. You are getting programmed right now for something. So you might, and the thing is that probably won't even know it. You probably don't even, anything you're constantly going through is a continual programming. I'd like you to look at the Industrial Revolution and the sewing machines that they first made. It's basically a pin that goes through the hole. So it either goes through the hole or it doesn't. So everything you're seeing right now is a pin going through a hole or not going through the hole. So random money just raining into your life, it's more than possible. I'm going to start reading more Law of Attraction mentors, for example, Abraham Hicks and whatnot, and actually referencing certain specific things, what they said, but the angels say it's a very good idea because it'll help you guys learn so you have a reference. So that's the thing. I mean, we're on a program. Anything's possible. If you think, I mean, I'm going to ask you a question right now. Do you think you could make $3,000 a day? If you said no, that's your programming. It's more than possible. And how do you know that? It's because there's dead people in a grave, right? There's people in a grave. People who have all the skin have rotted off their bones. And they're dead in the ground. And let's just say they're getting checks still. And it's going to their family. They came up with one thing. They bumped into an opportunity. Someone walked into them in public. Their business took off, etc. Whatever it is. There are people in the ground right now getting large checks. What's different from you before you being alive? My angel's just trying to talk over me. I'm sorry. And yes, they say the video is going longer than expected. So basically, what I'd like you to know is anything's possible. If you don't think it's possible for you to receive $3,000 a day, then set that as a goal. Is there an unlikely goal? No. You'd be very surprised at what you could achieve once you start changing your mind. Some of what a human can achieve, just flat out achieve, is absolutely incredible. Over time, when you actually see it begin to happen, you're like, oh, it is possible, but it's only because you put yourself on a new programming. You put yourself on a new machine. And people are like, oh, that sounds ridiculous. That's your programming. Fix it, or be stuck in it and then suffer. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. A custom necklace makes it very easy for you to manifest. Especially with the programs, I put the people who have a custom necklace for me on. I put you on very special programs. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Check out floridasnowman.com. God bless all of you. Ciao.